In today's video, we're going to be ranking all units in Anime Last Stand, so without further ado, let's get right to the video. Alright, so let's get started with the tier list. Now the first character here, this one is going to be going into, I would say D tier. This character is really bad. It's probably one of the worst legendaries, if not the worst legendary in the entire game. This is just a really bad character. I'll put it to C tier, but it's still a really bad character. For the next character, this is going to be Speed Cart. This is going to be going into the A tier. One of the best money units in the entire game. Obviously, this character is S tier. That's the best money unit in the entire game. There's not even a question of that. So I think this actually does some damage boosting as well. So definitely get this character absolutely busted. The next one is going to be, I forgot the name of this one, but it's going to be going into C tier. Yami is going to be going into S tier. Still a phenomenal character. Not the best, but definitely one of the greats. The next one's going to be Itachi. It's going to be going into A tier. The next character here is going to be Curse King. Curse King's going to be going into A tier. Well, actually, this is the suppressed version. Let's go with the Curse King into the A tier. Top Chopper, this is going to be going into C tier, and honestly not that great of a character. Gas Hunter is going to be going into B tier, and Gas is going to be going into high C tiers. Next character, Strongest Sorcerer, is going to be going into B tier. Has a couple of good moves, but I don't think it's really that good. Captain Commander is going to be going into, I would say, B tier. Ichigo is going to be going into A tier. Definitely a busted character. Now let's do one of the new characters. Mesh is going to be going into S tier, of course. Still an absolutely busted character. They haven't nerfed it or anything like that. Bodak is going to be going into A tier. Still a very good unit. One of the greats. Mr. Beast is going to be going into, I would say, A tier. It's a really good money unit. So really good money unit right there. So let's see what Geezer is going to be going into B tier. Surprisingly, not a lot of D tier. Let's see if we can find a character that should be going into the D tier. Let's see. This one, D tier. Let's see. Flash, D tier. This one's going to be going into C tier. Let's see. I think that's all of them. Let's go on one of the new characters. This is the new Saitama Sirius. Going to be going into S tier. Definitely one of the most busted units in the entire game. Definitely phenomenal character. Let's just organize these a little bit. Okay, let's go on to the next character. This is going to be Light. This is going to be going into C tier. Salamander is going to be going into C tier. Evolution is going to be going into B tier. This is going to be going into B tier. Let's see. Mad Tough is going to be going into B tier. B tier. I actually did a review on both of these units. If you haven't seen it, definitely check it out. It was a really good video. So definitely a couple of busted units right there. This one actually is a hybrid unit, so pretty good on a hybrid unit. Let's see here. Robot 12 is going to be going into B tier. This one's going to be going into C tier. Sorcery is going to be going into the A tier. I would say high A tier. I don't think it's S tier, but definitely high A tier. Actually, no, I take that back. I would say S tier. Definitely a busted unit. Let's see. This one is going to be going into A tier, B tier. Let's see. The next one, Brodus, is going to be going into A tier. This one's going to be going into A tier. This one's going to be going into, I would say, honestly, C tier. Not really that good. This one's going to be going into the high A tier. This is another good money unit, really good. Let's see the next one here. So I think this is Gohan. It's gonna be going into B tier. Let's see. Hunter is gonna be going into A tier. Definitely a really good unit. B tier. Adult is gonna be going into A tier. It's gonna be going into B tier. B tier. That's gonna be going into A tier. Let's see. This one is going to be going into, I'd say, A tier. That one has really good moves. The next one here is going to be this one. It's going to be going into A tier. Let's pick one that I think is S tier. This is easily S tier. You can easily go through story mode with this character with absolutely no problem. This is an absolutely busted unit, and it's still, I think it does like 80k damage with like a 2 SBA. You can definitely do the entire story mode with this character. Definitely get this character. I think this one was a Portal exclusive, so you might not be able to get this anymore, but definitely a busted unit. Meta Knight is going to be going into A tier. This one's going to be going into A tier. Let's see, this one, B tier, B tier. Ice is gonna be going to B tier. Trio's honestly not that good. Who really uses that? That's gonna be going into D tier. Vegeta's not good. Fused Warrior's gonna be going into C tier. Wish Dragon's gonna be going into B tier. Bash is honestly really bad, probably one of the worst Celestials in the entire game. Be going into D tier. Really an awful character. That one's gonna be going to that. A tier on that one. A tier on that one. A tier on that one. This one's a money unit. Of course, money units always are good. So A tier for that one. It's gonna be going to D tier. It's gonna be going into C tier. C tier. B tier. Curse one's gonna be going into A tier. B tier. The trio, nobody really even uses this one, but it is still a pretty good one. The squad is the same sort of deal. Wish Dragon is going to be going to B tier. I think this was a copy. Sorry about that if this was a copy. Super sorry about that, but it's going to be going into the low B tier. For the next one, this is going to be going into C tier. Next one, Android 21, C tier. Red Pirate, C tier. Shiny Wish Dragon is going to be going into A tier. Still a pretty busted unit. Next character here is going to be the Green Namekian. This is going to be going to C tier. Honestly, not that good of a character. Heavenly Chat's going to go into S tier. That's definitely still one of the most busted units in the entire game. Let's see here. That's going to be going to B tier, B tier, A tier, and let's see here. This is going to be going into the, I would say, I'm almost saying B or A tier with this one. I'm gonna say low B tier. This one's gonna be going into A tier. So that is the entire tier list. If you guys enjoyed this video, please make sure to drop a like and drop a sub, and I'll catch you guys in the next video.